What's up, friends? How's it going? Got another Marvel figure for you today. This one is one of the Thors. There's been quite a bit over the years. This is one of the more recent ones. This is the Mighty Thor, or like it's Jane Foster as Thor, or she's really called the Mighty Thor, which is an interesting choice. Okay. She comes from a couple of sets from Thor Love and Thunder, which was the last Thor movie we got, at least at this point. And it's the fourth film. Definitely the weakest of the four, but there's some good stuff in there. One of them was Natalie Portman as the new Thor, which I thought was a really cool touch because she played Jane Foster in the first two movies. She was just kind of like she was a main character, but she was like kind of the love interest for Thor, and she was like kind of like a scientist. But in Love and Thunder, she becomes a full like goddess. You know the story. But I thought it was really interesting. And this is her minifig. She comes in two sets. I'll give you 360 of her. She honestly, I think this is my favorite Thor minifig that they've done. They've done quite a few. I think my second favorite is definitely the Avengers costume for Thor, the first movie, because they did one in 2012, and I have the remake of that, the 2023 Thor, I believe, from the Avengers Quinjet, based on the first Avengers movie, which is amazing. Yeah, I think they did a good job remaking him. And yeah, between all the Thor minifigs, I think like this one is the coolest to me. I guess if I had to pick a third favorite, it'd probably be the Ragnarok Thor, because that one's dope. That minifig is fantastic. If I can ever get that would be awesome. He's got like the different helmet, and he's got the battle armor. Such a cool look. He's got a lot of cool looks. But this is the first time we've gotten like a minifig based on the Lady Thor. I call her that. I know there's different names, but it's based on Natalie Portman's Jane Foster, who she goes from being kind of this snarky, somewhat quiet scientist in the first two, and then she's MIA in Ragnarok. But then she comes back in Love and Thunder, and she's just a completely like different character. Her humor's better, she's written better, she's more interesting. She has a different backstory where she's like a cancer survivor, and Thor gives her Mjolnir, his hammer, and that gives her the powers of Thor, and she becomes like a goddess, and she's like basically indestructible. And she teams up with Thor in that movie. Very cool. I think they could have definitely handled the story a little bit better, for sure. But I think it's a great way to kind of tie in the first two movies, but also keep it consistent with the current Thor. And it's a very interesting dynamic. I'm wondering if Natalie will come back. It's kind of up in the air because Love and Thunder didn't do that well, but at least the review wise, it didn't do that well. But we'll see. Anyway, this version comes in two sets. The Goat Boat. I'm not sure what that set name is. I don't remember the exact name. I know it's like the goat. It's like the boat set, and then it's got like the goats, and it's got Thor and Valkyrie and Gore, and it's a really cool set. And then she also comes in a smaller set called the Attack on New Asgard. So there's a couple ways to get her. And I got this figure actually from a trade from Brick Tech. You guys know at this point, and very thankful for that. She does have an accessory, which is Mjolnir. It's Thor's hammer. They haven't changed it, I believe, since 2012. 2012 was a big year, especially for Lego Marvel. That's when they started. That's when the whole theme basically came into being. And Lego decided to make a bunch of new molds, including Thor's hammer. I do have a complaint with it though. I think it looks great. But in Love and Thunder, the movie, Lady Thor's hammer is different because in Ragnarok it got broken, it got destroyed by Hela, who's Thor's sister. There's a lot of backstory. Anyway, she crushes the hammer into tiny pieces, and this Thor uses the same hammer, but she fused it together. So it has all the pieces from the hammer that were fragments, and it's just all the pieces put back together. And it's cool because when she uses it, she can actually like command the pieces to attack and then come back. It's such a cool like look. This is a very cool design for the hammer. Even though it's broken, it can still be put back together. It's just really creative how Mjolnir works this time around. I think it's a missed opportunity. I think they could have had some printing, especially on the top, to have some broken, like broken pieces. Like, I don't know, I feel like it could have been like printed to have broken, you know, printing. Like, I don't know, it's too plain. It's too clean. It needs to have all the pieces put together. I don't know. It's just a nitpick, but it just would have been a really awesome touch to have printing all over it to symbolize the cracked pieces. I just think that would have been a really cool, but whatever. It's fine. And I'm glad that she does at least have it. It's a very nice, legacy weapon. It's been used for so long at this point in the series, so it's cool to still getting use out of it. She doesn't have any other accessories, which is fine. I think the best part of her is her headpiece, which we'll get to later. I think that is brilliant. Freaking great, like, piece, just in general. But her detailing is exquisite. It's got the Asgardian armor that she wears. I believe her armor is unique to her, so it's a different type of Thor armor. It's very cool, very unique. And this, Natalie Portman's portrayal is actually based on the comics. There's a recent comic that featured the Mighty Thor. It's pretty much the same story. I forget the year. It might have been 2015, 16, 17. One of those. It's more recent where, Jane Foster became Thor. So it's just a different, it's slightly different, but it's basically the movie pulls from the comic, is what I mean. And so does this outfit a little bit. So it's pretty much faithful to that. And I like the detailing. It's very nice, like very like metallic for the silver. And I like the brown as well. It's very Asgardian, very regal. It's very great. I like the black with the brown. And she's got the bare arms, which is accurate. So that's cool. She's got the brown gloves. Very cool touch. I like the cape. This cape is actually the one-hole cape, I believe. It's the, so they have the paper capes, which they use for years. Then there's the sponge capes, which they've also used for years. And then they have this one, which is like one hole. Like, Lego capes have two holes, mainly. But this one has one hole. It's okay. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of the one-hole cape. Like, she looks great with it right now. But, I don't know. It's too loose. I don't know. It doesn't really work for me. But in this case, it looks great on her. I like the red cape. It's the kind of flexible kind where you can move it around. So that's cool. Although, I definitely prefer, like, if I'm going to go between the one-hole cape and the two holes, I prefer the two holes. I think it looks nicer and it's more flexible. It's more, like, malleable, I guess. But anyway, she comes with this cape, and the back printing is there. It's just hard to see because of her headpiece. But, I did want to talk about that in a little bit. I have one huge complaint with this figure, and it's probably just me, but it's the face, the actual head of it. I think the head is terrible. It doesn't, you know what, in fact, let me just take this helmet off. This head, I get why they reused it. I think this head is Jyn Erso's face from Rogue One. 99% sure that's what it is. But they keep reusing it for women in Marvel sets especially, and it's so lazy. Stop. It's not good. Stop doing it. But it's the Jyn Erso head, and it doesn't look like Jane Foster. It doesn't give me Natalie Portman. It gives me generic girl. I don't know. I've never liked this face, especially when the sets were revealed and I saw the figure. I'm like, oh, that figure's awesome. But then I realized they reused the head, and it just kind of bummed me out. I'm probably not going to stick with this head. It just doesn't... I don't know. Not a fan. But it works fine for her, but it just doesn't... I would have liked if LEGO made a specific Natalie Portman face. That's the issue. They needed a specific design for her face. And I don't know. I'm just nitpicking. I'm probably the only one that noticed this, but it's just, I don't know. Guys, she got an angry face. There's a second face where she's, like, calmer. I don't know. It's fine. But I did want to show you what she looks like with the normal face. And that's what she looks like there. So it's okay. It's kind of has an issue where some of the head printings are like lower. So like this one is a little bit lower. So her eyes are like down a little bit. But it's fine, I guess. But the back printing is there. It's honestly reminds me of a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, which is kind of cool. Yeah. But it looks nice. Then the cape. Cape is okay. It's slowly growing on me, but it's my least favorite cape, for sure. It's just, I don't know. Not my favorite, but not terrible. But this face is terrible. It doesn't, I don't know. I gotta move past the face thing. To me, it doesn't give me Lady Thor. So, it's just my nitpick. But, anyway. Let's move on to something positive. In this case, it's my favorite piece of this whole figure. It's this headpiece. Look at this. They created a brand new headpiece just for Jane Thor. And I think it's awesome. It's basically got her helmet with, like, she wears a helmet most of the time. Like, kind of like Thor does. Like, but it has, like, it almost like this, has this face, like, how do I explain this? If you've seen Thor Love and Thunder, you know she wears the helmet with it's like almost a full mask. But instead, she's got her mouth showing, if that makes sense. So, yeah, almost a full helmet. She's got the classic Thor wings, which are very iconic. And then she's got, like, even the nose portion and the eye holes. And then the top of the helmet. It's got this great shiny look to it. So it even has printing on it. Look at this. It even has the Thor crest printed on there. And then I think the better part is her hair, because Natalie Portman, I think she dyed her hair blonde for this movie, and she's got big curls, and it's on the back, and you can see the printing is so cool. It's like, or not printing, the mold. It's got her hair coming out the back, and it's so, like, awesome. It's just a really cool touch. Like, it's two pieces, as I drop it, two pieces put together. So basically, the helmet is separate, and then the hair gets fused into that, and it makes one piece. It's really freaking cool. Probably one of the coolest LEGO Marvel headpieces that they've ever designed, in my opinion. But I just think it's awesome. And it really takes this figure from, you know, like an 8 out of 10 to a 9, or like a 10. I would give this figure like a perfect score if the face was specific. If it was specifically Natalie Portman's Jane, then I would definitely rate it a perfect rating. But even still, I think I'm going to experiment with some heads that I have and see if I can make a better face. I don't know. I'm going to move past the face thing. But I think she's amazing, like, as a minifig and as a character. I would love to see her back, but I don't know if we will, just because of her, you know, the way her story ended. No spoilers, but, you know, just the way it played out. I'm not sure that we'll see her come back, but, you know, I think it's great that we got her as Thor. I just think that's a really cool thing. And I think this minifig is really cool, for sure. Very happy to have her. And I think she's gonna be a pretty popular MCU figure going forward. I think so. So, that's Lady Thor. That's what I call her. But I know she's the Mighty Thor. And I think she's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Very interesting character arc for her. So, I like her a lot. Thank you to Nate once again. And, yeah, she's gonna be right at home. So, that's it for this one. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. What do you think of Mighty Thor? Do you prefer her over normal Thor? What do you think of her story in Love and Thunder? And what do you think of the MCU? And what do you think of the sets? Do you think they're good or bad? And share your thoughts. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.